Welcome into the Coach Jake Ganus Show. I'm David Simpson. We're on the field here at Bill Morris Stadium on the Sunday afternoon as the Blue Devils start preparation for their big road region game at Centerpoint this Friday night. But first, we're going to talk to head football coach Jake Ganus about last week's scheduled game that Mother Nature had a little different idea for you, Coach. Can you kind of explain the process of when y'all started watching the weather and the communication with Auburn and the cancellation and rescheduling and all that?
Yeah, so I think Monday was when I first reached out to Coach about like the hurricane. It was pretty far south in the Gulf, maybe not even in the Gulf yet, and I just knew it was tracking towards us, and both were, no, I think we'll be fine, just keep an eye on it. And then we got to Wednesday, and Wednesday from I think 7:30 in the morning when we first talked to about 2-3 o'clock, me and Coach Etheridge were back and forth on the phone, and our superintendents were on the phone just talking back and forth because, it was tracking and it was coming right up the Alabama-Georgia line where Auburn sits a little closer than we do, and it was looking like it was going to get nasty Thursday night. So we said, okay, we both agreed, let's move it up. We moved it to 5, and people didn't even know that until they came back, and they didn't feel very comfortable with the bus rides back, and which is all about safety for the kids. So we said, all right, we'll do 4. So 4, it was done Wednesday. We're going to do it at 4 Thursday. We come in the next day. We're at prayer breakfast, and Coach called and just said that, their administration, school board just didn't feel comfortable, putting kids on bus. That's a lot of kids. They got 300-member band. They got 100 and something kid
Players.
Football team, support staff, fans, and just didn't feel comfortable with the travel. But from our end, when we were looking at it, like the heavy part, like the eye of the storm, I guess you would say, was tracking around 2 a.m. to kind of be past Auburn, head to us. So we really wanted to get it in on Thursday. We scheduled the game on Thursday for a reason, and mainly to be, playing this really, really good football team. We need that extra day of rest. We need the extra day to recover. And so we were pretty adamant on playing on Thursday. They offered to play on Friday, and then they ended up having to cancel school because of the flooding and running the buses and whatnot, I guess, for Friday. So they ended up not having school at all on Friday. But, it was an unfortunate thing. Our kids, definitely were excited for it. I know their kids were really excited. So we're not going to be able to make that one up this year. But for us, it was a good week of practice. I mean, we had to get after it physically to try to prepare for that team. And so we did have a really physical week. And so I thought we, definitely wasn't a bye week. That will be nothing like what our bye week will be like. So it was a really good week of practice. And I think, if we do run into a team like Auburn, a physical, really, really good football team, I think we'll have a pretty good plan.
So I'm assuming you scheduled a 2-year deal with Auburn. So next year that game is still on for Moody to travel to Auburn next season.
Yep. So we'll still go. That's the plan as of today. Is to go there next year. Obviously we're the gate. That was our gate to get right. For the money and stuff. So, but at the end of the day, there was a talk about playing it right before the playoffs where we take our bye. But every year I've been a coach, and this is year 9. I've taken a bye before the playoffs. I believe in that. I've won, won 3 7A state championships in a row doing that, and to play not only a good, the most physical team in the state a week before the playoff run is just not very, very smart. And we're the ones losing the gate, so I'm not going to put money in front of my kids and our chances to go make a run. So we look forward to going down there next year.
All right, Coach. Well, I know it's short. Talk about the previous opponent, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the big road region game at Centerpoint this Friday night. You're watching the Coach Jake Ganus Show on the 411 Network. Welcome back to the Coach Jake Ganus Show. Joining me now is sophomore linebacker Baroc Willis. Baroc, I know you had an off week, unscheduled off week against the Auburn game. But now you got a big region game on the road at Centerpoint. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
It's going to be a great game going against those guys. I played 7-on-7 with a lot of those guys, so it's going to be great to play with a lot of my brothers that I played with during the off season. But me and my boys here at Moody, we're just going to go out there and have fun. So that's gonna be great.
So I know this year, coaching staff, defensive coaching staff, you were a defensive end your freshman season. Now you're more of a linebacker. How do you adapt to that role?
It wasn't a big adaptation, I would say, because my freshman year, they were just trying to help me pick up my speed and gameplay for varsity. But in middle school, I played a lot of middle linebacker, a lot in middle school. So I was working a lot then during middle school. So, it really wasn't a big adaptation.
Well, I know you committed to Alabama as a sophomore. So you don't see a lot of sophomores committing to a big school, a D1 school like Alabama that early. Did you commit based off the transfer portal or NIL, or did you just said, hey, you had a good relationship with Alabama, I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of the way?
Yes, sir. So I had a great relationship with Freddie Roach since I was in 7th grade, through my trainer and who I trained with. And Big Cat Weekend came around this summer. It was a lot going on. A lot of schools tried to get me to come down there and commit to different schools. There, I went that whole weekend, and I went and talked to Coach Roach, and it just really felt like home with him and Coach DeBoer.
Well, congratulations on that and on that offer. I know you were there probably last night watching that.
Yes, sir.
That was a great atmosphere to be at. Yeah, great game. A couple of off-the-wall questions here. What's your favorite subject at Moody High School?
I would have to go core class, English, but one of my not extracurricular, but what's that called?
It's like an extra selective class?
Yeah, extra selective class. It would have to be digital media with Miss Cook. Great class.
That's a 411 network class?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to get you more. Going to make sure you get an A in that class.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite food?
I probably have to go Sloppy Joe's that my mom cook at home.
I hear you. Yeah. I know you tailgate out here, your family puts on home games. It's pretty, it's off the chain.
Yes, sir.
It's very good. Yeah, very good. So what's your favorite music, favorite artist to listen to?
I listen to a lot of NBA YoungBoy, Drake, Lil Wayne, those type of guys just to get my mind right for the game. But before the game, I like to listen to calm things like Jay-Z and things of that nature. I like to stay calm before the game.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
That's a good one. It'll probably have to be when I first learned how to ride a bike, because it took me a while to learn how to ride a bike. And then once I finally learned how to ride a bike with no training wheels, I was never home. And then it got to a point where my mom was like, be home, you better beat the street lights home. Be home for the street lights on. It'll always be a race to be home then. So that was a great memory.
That's a great memory. All right, when football's over, I know you'll hopefully get to the next level. You're going to college, hopefully get to the NFL. When the NFL's over and college is over, what's Baroc want to do with his life?
So I want to go to college for neuroscience, and I want to be a neurosurgeon once I graduate.
Wow, good for you, Baroc.
Yes,
good
sir.
for you. Well, we appreciate the time taken. I know y'all get preparation for a big road game. We pray for a good game Friday night and a healthy game for the rest of the season. You got 4 big games coming up.
Yes,
so
sir.
we appreciate you, Baroc.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time. Welcome back to the Coach Jake Ganus Show, and joining me now is senior offensive lineman Jackson Huckeba. Jackson, it's Friday night. I guess you was kind of disappointed didn't get to play that game Thursday night.
Yes,
So when y'all got the news, what did y'all have to do? Did y'all do anything Friday or anything? Can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Well, Friday we treated it like Saturday, and we did
Okay.
our recovery, our ice baths, and everything like
Okay.
that. And then on Thursday we did a season, which is like a bunch of sprints and conditioning type of thing, just to simulate the game.
So you really didn't have a day off?
No,
so
not
to
really,
speak.
not really.
Well, you got a big road game this Friday night, region road game. Center Point's 3-0 in the region. They're 4-2 overall. Can you kind of talk about the upcoming game a little bit?
I'm really just ready to play. About to go watch some film on them here in a minute and get ready. Just go out there and have fun.
Being a senior, have you had any offers from any colleges knocking on your door or texting you or trying to contact you about the next level?
Not a whole lot yet, but we're staying open. Just playing football for Moody first.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
So one question I want to ask you, when you're on the field as a senior offensive lineman and you got to get that 4th and 1, are you Do you do that senior leadership and try to say, hey guys, we got to get this, let's go?
Yes, sir.
Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
You just gotta, with the 4 other seniors, we're kind of one, I guess you could say,
have a bond,
as an
bond.
offensive line should be. So it doesn't really have to be verbal sometimes. Sometimes just a tap or a look, but
Yeah,
we all understand it's time to
okay.
go and forth.
that's good to know. Kind of off the wall questions here. What's your favorite subject up here at Moody High School?
Core class, I would say I really like English. I'm
Okay.
good at writing, and I like that. And then I took, what was it, freshman year? I took,
I don't know.
there's a lot of different good
Well, we stay
classes.
with English.
Yes,
English is a good subject.
English, I like
It's a good
English.
subject. What's your favorite food?
Um,
Come on, your offensive lineman. You got to have a favorite food.
there's a lot. If I had to pick one, I like a good steak.
Okay.
And then this is kind of cheesy, but steak fries to go with it.
Okay.
It's good.
Hey,
That's
there's
good.
nothing wrong with that. Favorite music or artist?
I like a lot of country. I like Tyler Childers, Colter Wall. I kind of listen to whatever,
Yeah.
but if I had to pick 2, it'd be those 2.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
My dad used to travel a lot back in the day with work, and
Yeah.
we would go to Jackson, Mississippi a lot. And I learned to swim in like 3 different hotels over in Jackson,
Did
Mississippi.
you really?
So yeah, it was a lot of fun memories.
That's good to know. So when football, college, and football's all over, what's Jackson Huckeba want to do with his life?
Preferably in engineering, building
Okay.
building
There you
blueprints, building buildings, maybe mining engineer, something like that.
go. Well, that's not a bad field to get into.
Yes, sir.
Well, Jackson, we appreciate your time today. I know y'all got to go in there and watch film on Center Point, but we pray for a good game, healthy game Friday night, and pray for a healthy season. We got 4 big games coming up, so we appreciate your time today, Jackson.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Coach Jake Ganus Show. Coach, this Friday night, now you start region play. All the non-region games are behind you. Now you've got region games, 4 region games ahead of you, but a big one Friday night on the road at Center Point. And man, they are fast.
Yeah, they it's gonna be a huge challenge. We're excited to get in this part of our schedule. We kind of broke it down, 2 non-region, 2 region, 2 non-region, 4 region there to kind of finish right here on the stretch. So this is the first one. With the Auburn game being canceled, we're able to be a little fresher than we definitely would have been if we played that physical game. So our kids are excited, but it's going to be a great challenge. Coach Bates, he's a phenomenal coach, and he's done a great job everywhere he's been, and then at Center Point now for, I think, 6 years. I think it's year 6 for him, and he's consistently found a way into the playoffs, and his kids, man, they play hard and very athletic, very fast, and they do a really good job schematically on defense of mixing it up, giving you different structures, and then on offense they have a couple different kids they use at quarterback, and all of them can go, and you got to be sound and disciplined, and you got to be able to tackle the guy with the ball. And so it's going to be a fun week, but really excited for it.
I know, looking at the history of the game between Center Point and Moody, Moody's 0-7
Okay.
against Center Point.
Okay.
So another big challenge.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I started looking into it. So
I forgot they
played
did,
in the past.
They did play the 2 years. I remember they played the 2 years before I got here, but I didn't realize, but that makes sense. Moody probably played Irwin because we were all in the same region when Chelsea was in there too. But yeah, so that's exciting.
Big challenge for you.
Yeah, absolutely. The good thing about that is, I only have 2 kids that played that last year they played, Caleb Goff and Jackson Randall.
Okay.
Braden Wright a little bit, so 3. But everyone else, they haven't played them. So, that stat probably would be a little more, daunting if it was the past 7 years in a row. But,
Right.
over history and stuff like that happens. So, yeah, excited though.
So for your players, I know you had this unscheduled off week, so to speak, but health-wise for your team, are we 100%, or do you want to even? I mean, can you talk about it?
We're pretty close. We looking to get Braden back this week. He's been practicing for a couple weeks now, and
Wow.
should be getting cleared this week. And Bailey is back. He was going to play versus Auburn, and having him back is huge for our defense, just anchoring down the middle. And But man, we talked about that with Helena, just having Josh Willett, Eli Walker,
yeah.
Caleb O'Neal, those 3 guys kind of.
You didn't miss a beat, Coach.
Yeah, they did a great job. So just grew our depth there for sure. And but yeah, I think overall we're pretty healthy, and that's a testament to Coach Cam and Coach Colby and our off season, and then also our staff for keeping our guys fresh and rotating and building depth.
Well, we're looking forward to everybody to making out this Friday night on the road at Center Point. Game time is at 7 p.m. You can purchase your tickets on the GoFan app now and also at the gate. The 411 Network will go live around 6 p.m. So we're looking for the Moody family again. We need you here. We need you to show out, be loud and proud to support your Blue Devils. So we'll see everybody at Center Point this Friday night. Go Blue Devils.